Hello and welcome to a extra super special
I see what you did there. I
episode
see what you did there.
of Gamer Corner here. So today we are talking about the frickin' Dragon Ball Super card game, man.
Woohoo!
It's pretty exciting. If you have not looked into it, there is a new-ish. I just got into it. This is set 3 here of the Dragon Ball Super card game, man.
So there was a Dragon Ball Z card game, right?
Yes.
And now with the new Dragon Ball Super series, there's now a Dragon Ball Super card game.
Yeah. And honestly, I guess I never really played the old Dragon Ball Z card game,
Me neither.
but I really like the way this one's laid out. So it's super simple. I think the box even says, what does it say, ages?
They tried to explain it to me last night. Not super simple.
I think it's ages 6+. And honestly, after playing it, I'm not surprised it says 6+. I mean, I'm sure Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, all those cards probably say something similar, but it's pretty streamlined. When you look at the cards, they look scary. I mean, you can see the text on those guys.
We'll have some pictures.
Right. But it's like a wall of writing whenever they have abilities.
There's a lot.
But the trick is that's a good thing for simplicity's sake, just because it lets you thoroughly read the ability so you can completely grasp what it does. Whereas some more complicated card games, what they'll do is they'll just put, like, because I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, so it'll say, like, trample on the card. And they assume you know what that means, and if you don't know what that means, you got to look up the rule. Whereas in the Dragon Ball Super card game, most of the cards, not quite all of them, but most of them explain exactly what each ability does. So you're never like, well, what does that ability do again? Let me pull out my phone and Google it quick. It's...
Question I had.
Yeah?
No, I saw you and Cameron playing last night.
Yeah?
Is it one-on-one? Is it like, can you play, like, how many people can you play in a match?
I've never seen the rules, because most of these games, when you're playing casual, it's okay to play, like, 3-4 people. I have not attempted or even seen any rules about multiplayer for this game.
Okay.
So I'm sure it's just one of those hodgepodge things where you can do it, but it's technically like kind of a crapshoot.
Well, it's just kind of like any basic turn-based card game, right?
Yeah. You know, you have your energy. You use the energy to play guys and then, you know, kill the other person's leader. If you ever played the World of Warcraft card game, it reminds me...
Who hasn't?
The most of that card game...
Did they have a leader in that one as well?
They had a leader in that game, and the way the energy worked was the same, where you just play a card from your hand and flip it, and that's like your energy. Whereas like Magic, there's specific cards that are energies and stuff like that. Whereas in this game, any card can be an energy, and that's why I think it's a little bit simpler, because you don't need to... If you and I were playing and you were like, can I play this guy? Odds are the answer would be yes. Whereas when you play Magic, only certain guys can be played at certain times, and like there's a bunch of like time constraint rules with everything. Whereas this game, it's like, if you're like, can I play this as an energy? Yes. Can I play this as a boost thing? Yes. So it honestly seems way more streamlined than the cards led me to believe when I first was reading them, because I was like, dude, what the heck is like going on
When
here?
I looked at them, there's a lot of numbers on the cards. There's a lot of words. They're great looking cards. I mean, they're very shiny and they're cool looking. I mean, they all got Dragon Ball Super characters on them.
Yeah.
Or Dragon Ball Z characters. I mean, who's your leader in your main deck is what? Bardock?
Oh, yeah. This one,
So-
I put the hard case on them, and I know you guys can't really
We'll
see
get a
it
picture of
great,
that.
but I just want to show the fact that they are... So the
Double-sided.
leaders are double-sided, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, like their base form, and then you got like a transformation
and the thing that's
level,
cool
or
about
a power-up level.
It reminds me of Dragon Ball Z.
Power-up transformation. There we go.
Right. It reminds me of Dragon Ball Super a lot, in that as you're getting your butt whooped in the game, your leader evolves basically and becomes stronger, and that's how the show is always kind of like laid out, is
Right.
like you're getting your butt whooped, and then all of a sudden you like power up to the next form, and then you start making a comeback. Okay. And that's how the card game kind of feels. Because whenever me and Cameron are playing, it's like whoever's winning in the beginning really means nothing. Once your like hero evolves is really where the game kind of decides a winner or a loser.
That's where it kicks into high gear.
Right. It's just kind of warming up before that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I would say if you want to get into this game, it's tough right now because we went to like half a dozen Targets in our area, called a bunch of like hobby, like card shops, and nobody had them. Only 2 Targets out of like the 5 we checked had them. No Walmarts had them. Even though they're on their websites, it's on like Target and Walmart's websites, but we couldn't physically find the cards in store in any Walmart and only in the 2 Targets. And one of the Targets, they said they didn't have them when we called. When we showed up and we found them.
So I feel that's maybe a lot of places when you call like, no, we don't have it. And then you show up and you're like, it's right here.
Well, and another weird thing, and this is a little off topic, but the way Target works for their cards, it's through a third-party vendor. So they'll scan the tag for the cards, and it shows inventory as 0, even if they have them, because they don't put it into their inventory.
So go pillage your local Targets and Walmarts and find these cards.
You want to hit them up because they are hard to get at, and honestly, they already have some value. We pulled, out of the however many packs, I have a handful of cards that are each.
How much is like a nice starter pack?
So boosters are $4. This thing right here has 4 boosters and a promo card, and that's 16, which is pretty fair. I mean, it's the same price for boosters.
I was gonna say, as far as like card prices goes, that middle of the road, high end,
that's
low.
You'd pay the same for Pokemon or Magic or whatever.
So it's on par. It's par for the course for most card turn games, turn-based card games.
Yeah, it's no more expensive. And honestly, the card selection, so how many cards are available in each set, actually makes it a little more affordable because there's only like 200 different cards in the whole set. So other than Pokemon, that's on the lower side. Like you can build a deck with just like 10, 20 boosters or whatever, which sounds like a lot, but when you're starting from 0, that's pretty
Well, at $4 a booster, that's only like $40.
And the trick is since there's so this set has 4 colors and then black, which is colorless, or all colors or whatever, which
take your pick.
Right. When you get enough cards to make a deck, you don't have enough cards to just make one deck. You have enough cards to make every color's deck because you're getting random cards.
So what are the different colors like benefits or drawbacks, or are there any?
So the way the colors work in this, and I kind of like it, it's kind of neat, is each one, and we'll put the cards up, but they are from what saga the cards are from. So like this one's from the Future Trunks saga. So it's like what part of the series it's from. So each color kind of corresponds with a section of time, and then all the cards kind of mesh together in that section of time.
And then you told me spoilers.
This set
the cards
is
are
very
super spoilery.
This set's very spoilery.
If you're following Dragon Ball Super, the English dub version on Cartoon Network, prepare for spoilers. If you're watching the regular one, you're good to go.
Right.
If you're watching the
and honestly, you
Japanese
could get because there's the 3 sets. The first set, and honestly, even the second set aren't super spoilery. Yeah. This one is probably the most spoilery from what I saw. Yeah,
well, that's because they've just moved into like Black Goku,
right? And this
Trunks
is Black Goku, and then a little bit beyond.
Yeah, totally, totally.
No, it's a ton of fun. We've been playing it pretty nonstop, so it's totally worth checking out if you're into card games, especially one that's a little easier to understand and pick up.
You keep saying that, but I had a hard time with it. They tried to explain it to me for like 5 minutes, and I was lost.
They literally have an app. Literally an app that teaches you how to play.
That sounds too complicated.
It's not. It's literally the opposite of complicated. It's easy.
Easy enough for a 6-year-old, apparently.
Right.
But too hard for a 36-year-old.
Well, willingness to learn is a factor.
That's where you got me by the short hairs. So, bottom line, you love the game.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you don't love about the game? Anything that you're like, I wish they would have maybe changed this a little bit, or they could have done this to make it a little bit better?
I will say, so the backs of the cards are pretty plain.
They have Dragon Balls on
They
them.
just got the Dragon Balls, and they feel, other than the holographic ones, which feel like they got a little more meat to them, I guess.
A little cheapy.
They're cheapy, yeah.
Okay.
Whereas, like, with Magic cards, they feel like a card you could hurt
Do
somebody
they have
with.
Super Dragon Balls on there or regular Dragon Balls? Because Super Dragon Balls are the size of planets. Are they Super Dragon Balls or regular Dragon Balls? They look pretty small to me.
Well,
is it on a star background, just straight black?
Yeah.
I'm saying those are Dragon Balls. Those aren't even Super Dragon Balls. So, anything else you want to get into?
No, man.
That's it.
This is a good set. I like this Crossworlds set. It's pretty fun. I'm playing Bardock right now, and I'm loving him.
It's a good game.
Oh yeah,
Highly
buddy.
recommend it.
Highly, very highly.
Get in early-ish.
Oh yeah, if you're a card shop dude, start loading up on them because I can already tell with how quickly Target's lost the inventory they had, which wasn't much. It would be a worthwhile investment for a card shop.
So it's about to be hot on the streets.
I think so. I think, like I said, there's already cards like rare cards that are already valued at, I mean, they go upwards of, $100 for the ridiculous things, but it's pretty common in each set for like $10 to $20 cards, like super rares and special super rares and all that.
Sooner you want to get in and flip some cards, make a little bit of money off.
Yeah, it's not I mean, if you can get a hold of them, they're not a bad flip either. And they do something that not a lot of card games do. Yeah. They have special promo cards in the starter decks that you can only get in the starter decks. So those probably got some dollar values on them that are pretty good too. Just because the only place to get them is in the $15, $20 starter decks, and you can't get them from boosters.
So Dragon Ball Super, the card game, go get it. You want to give it a grade? Is it an A+?
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna give it. We'll say a 6-star Dragon Ball.
A six-star Dragon Ball. That's
Six-star
pretty
Dragon
high.
Ball.
That's pretty high on the Dragon Ball rating system. So close her out.
Oh, dude, I got nothing else to close out with. Like, share, subscribe, deuce. Play some cards with me.
What he said.